Alright gang, welcome back to our Survive 25 challenge here on Zielonka. It is now July, and we're making a bit of an upgrade here. We're going to switch out our water tank for a bigger one. More specifically, one that'll allow us to put fertilizer in it. Now, is it the most ideal thing to put fertilizer and water in the same tank? No, but we'll spend enough time cleaning it out with water to make sure that it doesn't really contaminate anything. Plus, it's going in a greenhouse anyway. It's not like it's going to animals, so it should be fine. So let's go ahead and repaint it. We'll get a few extra dollars out of it that way. Made a decent amount of money overnight, as you can see. We're going to be buying this lizard MKS8 here. As you can see below, it lets you do milk for goats, cows, or is that just cows and bulls? Or not bulls. Cows and bulls. Cows and water buffalo, water, fertilizer, and herbicide. So it lets us do everything. We're really only going to be utilizing it for water and herbicide, really. That's the only point we're going to be utilizing this one for. So does it cost us money to change it? I would assume it does. It does not. So based off of that, I think I am going to go with a black here. What's this black? Jet black. We'll go with that one. And let's see. I like white for the rims. I think that looks good. Kind of looks like a coal train car, if that makes any sense. That's what it reminds me of, at least. Alright, 25 grand. So it puts us back down to 14,000. That's a little bit more than what we left off with in the last episode. So not great, but we really needed to make this upgrade so we could actually start producing some of those items there within that hydroponic greenhouse. Really need that. We also have a tank here, as you can see, with some liquid fertilizer in it. I don't know how much is in here, but we're going to fill it up while we're here, because why not? Might as well utilize it and bring it back so we save ourselves a little bit of money. We do have another pallet of liquid fertilizer at the farm. And then we also have that buying silo, so that saves us a lot of time from having to run down here just to pick up pallets. But we're going to utilize what we already have first off, because I really don't want to spend a ton more money. And liquid fertilizer is not cheap, right? We're really going to need to be able to make a little bit more money here if we're going to continue to utilize those hydroponic greenhouses, just based off solely of the fact of how much fertilizer costs in a liquid format. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. A little bit of a later start in the day today. It's 11:26 at current game time. Reason for that is that it was raining all morning long, so I decided just to kind of bypass any of the rain to get to, well, I guess it's cloudy, just a cloudy day. Make it a little easier on ourselves. So today we're going to do the liquid fertilizer in the hydroponic greenhouses. We are also going to cultivate this field and re-drill this field that we harvested in the last episode. That's the main objectives for today. We'll see where we get to after that. We might do a contract, potentially. We'll see what's out there. Alright, go ahead and turn the beacons off now. I don't really need those on any longer. Alright, so there's not a ton in here. We're going to drop it off and see what it accepts. Now, somebody told me that the liquid fertilizer will accept on the other side, which hopefully that's the case. I'm not going to put it in here, but these are liquid fertilizer tanks right here. That's how it was in FS25. You had to fill them up on this side, but if it allows us to do it, I'm going to be perfectly fine with yeah, it does. Alright, well that's good. That way I can go ahead and put up other ones right to behind those, right? So I can actually put some more greenhouses directly behind them without having to leave a space for another track or anything like that. So that is good. That is helpful. So we've got a little bit of liquid fertilizer in there. There's not going to be a ton, but we're going to go ahead and fill this up with some water. We're going to take care of all the other greenhouses with water first, and then we'll look to maybe buying a little bit of liquid fertilizer. I certainly do not want to fill up this tank. That would probably take up almost all the money that we actually have. We don't want to do that. As far as the actual greenhouses themselves, I don't know how much liquid fertilizer they accept. 4,000 liters, so it's actually a lot. So I'm actually going to have to get 2 full tank loads to actually fill them to the max. We're not going to do that. I can tell you that right now. We'll eventually we'll be doing that, but right now we don't really have the money or the funds to spend on doing a full each of the greenhouses fully maxed out on liquid fertilizer. I don't know how much liquid fertilizer it's going to take every month. It could be a lot. It could be a little. I really don't know that answer. But we're going to figure that out soon enough. That's for sure. So we're getting far enough along, I think, in this series, along with all the other series. I mentioned this on another series. I think I mentioned it on the Triple Threat Challenge. I'll probably be doing a little bit more of time lapses moving forward, but they'll be in a smaller chunk. Instead of it being a long 5, 6, 7 minute time lapse, we'll do more like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or less time lapses. I think it just helps a little bit. Smaller time lapses are probably realistically the way to go anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on here, fill in all these greenhouses up. We'll knock this out, and then we will look to consider doing... Actually, I guess they don't really accept that much. I was going to say, then we'll look to consider doing the liquid fertilizer. We're not even consider doing the liquid fertilizer. So let me get these done. Slight bit of a problem here, but it'll be alright. Eventually we're going to be able to get rid of it. We can't fit any more water in any of the greenhouses, and there's nowhere or no way that I know of to just go ahead and dump the water out on the ground. So we're just going to have to kind of wait until the water is out of the tanker here, and then we can fill up the liquid fertilizer, but there's no way to unload it or anything like that, unfortunately, so we're just going to have to let it go for a little while, and then hopefully we'll be able to get rid of some more here soon, right? So we'll let it be there for now, and eventually we'll be able to empty it all so we can get some more liquid fertilizer. But there should be enough liquid fertilizer in both of those, realistically, to be able to accomplish today's, liquid fertilizer requirement from those hydroponic greenhouses. But probably any further than that, we're going to have to figure something else out, but I would suspect that the water would already be gone by that point, so it's probably not too big of a deal, if that makes any sense. So we're underway now, doing some cultivation here on our big field. And as far as what we're going to put in here, I haven't fully decided that yet. Ideally, something that would be ready in the, December-ish, January months, so that means probably like a wheat or a barley, something like that. I will turn on steering assist here in a second, but I don't have it on right now. I don't think I really need it that much, honestly, but we'll put it on. Alright, there we go. And we are underway. Now, realistically today, like I said, the only objective we have here is to get this field re-drilled. We're going to look and see what kind of contracts are out there. If there's anything good for us, we may take upon it. Or do it, I guess I should say. There are a couple spraying contracts. This one's really close to us. It doesn't cost a ton. However, we're not getting a ton of money out of that either, right? We're not getting a ton of money out of either one of those. If I'm going to do a spraying contract, I think I'd prefer to get a little bit more money than $1,000 because it's going to cost us that or more just to put the herbicide in the tank. I guess whoa, I didn't realize we were that far along. I guess the only positive in that entire statement is that we would have, herbicide in the actual tank. I guess that's the only good thing about it, but again, I don't really think it's required or necessary. Really, I don't. I think if we were going to do that, it needs to be at least, $3-4 grand we're making off of it. Doesn't really make sense otherwise. So that's probably going to be a no unless some new ones come out there. There is a big harvesting contract. We've done those already many times. There's a few smaller ones here, it looks like. Our field 71 is still growing, and I do not believe it is ready to harvest anytime soon. I've been wrong before, though. Yeah, it's still really early stages of growing, so we don't have that to worry about today. So yeah, it's just this field, and then we'll see where we get to, I guess, with if there's any other contract we find potentially out there that may be useful for us to do. But otherwise, we'll do this and maybe put down another small greenhouse. We're getting close to the price that we need for a small greenhouse. Probably by the time we're done with this episode, we will have enough for that. The nice thing about the amount of greenhouses we have now is I feel like we're actually finally starting to make some decent progress. Not that we really need to make progress that fast, since this is a series that, you know, for the most part, is going to be running all the way until the next Farming Simulator game comes out, which is years and years and years down the road. So it's not a necessity for us to be able to make a ton of money every month, but it is nice to be able to have this income that we've got, because we're making around 25 to 30,000, give or take, depending on what I have selling versus storing, every month. Now it's going to increase based off these hydroponic greenhouses that we now have. That is going to help us out tremendously. That's going to be a game-changing amount for us, more than likely. So, it's taken us a long time to get to this point, gang. It's been a long time coming to get to a point where we actually feel like we're making a little bit of progress in this series. Certainly hasn't felt like that for quite a while. So let's carry on here, gang. We'll get this field all cultivated up, and yeah, we'll get the drill out, and we'll figure out what we're going to put in here. All right, we're making good progress here, gang. Almost done. I also see in the forecast that hail is incoming. I do not like seeing that at all. That is not a good thing because we're just now doing all this cultivation, and it could just ruin our plans a little bit here. Well, I don't know where we're going here, but okay, we're going down this path, I guess. I don't know why we're going down this path. Anyway, that hail is really going to cause us a little bit of mayhem, I think. Not really ideal by any means. So hopefully we come out of there unscathed, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Let's put it that way. Time lapse was not too bad at all. Didn't take too long. It was a good one. Not sure when that hail's coming. I'm going to look at the menu here in just a second once we're done with this and see when that's going to get here. Because I truly do not know. I have not really looked beyond the fact that when I started to begin ready to do this episode, it was pouring down rain. So I rested, and then I just went straight into starting the video. Just assumed since it rained that it would probably not really do a whole lot again for us. Because typically that was going to happen overnight, right? It's not normally going to happen in such a short, rapid succession as this one is going to be. Alright, so let's put this back away here. We'll check the menu and see what the weather is telling us. I should probably put down one of those weather things that are in the game that gives you a better, more accurate view of what's going to be happening, right? I should probably put one of those down. But I haven't. Do a quick save. Autosave. Quick autosave, I should say. 19. Okay, so we've got some time. We don't have a ton of time, but we have some time. Might be okay. Let's grab the drill. Now, what do we want to put in here, gang? That's the question. What do we want to put in? What do we want to put in? Barley is good. I think it's barley, wheat, and oat. I think all of those are going to be the ones that are best in January. I don't think oat's good in January. I don't think canola will be. Nope. Sorghum, no. I think sorghum isn't even in this drill anymore. Yeah, wheat is good too. So yeah, it's wheat, barley, or oat. We've got August, September, October, November, December, January, so 6 months. So really, we don't need to do oat. Oat's the fastest growing one. Barley or wheat. I think we'll do barley. We probably have enough seeds in here, but we might as well just buy the rest here. Actually, nope, we've got a seed bag right here. Almost wasted money. Perfect. And we are underway. Probably should turn on the steering assist again. Too far away. There we go. Okay, we're underway. Getting the drilling underway. I like getting close to the equipment like this. You see that a lot probably in a lot of the different things I do. I like just watching the equipment, seeing it move, and seeing what it's doing. That big, massive wheel, and then the small wheels there in the front. I don't know what it is about it, but I just like watching that. I like seeing that up close and personal, right in your face. Also like this view too. You can see me in there, driving around, having a good time. Anyway. So this barley will be good, right? We're going to be able to drop straw when we harvest it again, so that means we can get more straw bales. Probably getting close to a point here where I want to consider upgrading that straw baler to something different. Does cost money to do that, though. But it would be a lot easier on me and us in general to not have so many bales, right? Because right now, we're getting those little tiny bales and we're producing like 100 of them. So it takes an eternity to pick all of those up and throw them in a trailer. But if we were to go that approach, it does mean we would have to at least, I don't know if we can customize that trailer that I have or not, but if we can, we'd at least have to customize it to utilize it as a flatbed for a bale trailer, right? But we'll see how it all goes, right? Never know. Maybe something will come out on the used market that'll save us a little bit of money. Speaking of the used market, we haven't looked at that yet, so that's something we're going to do right now. I don't know what's out there. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing, so go figure. That's our luck. There never is anything out there for us. It's once in a blue moon do we ever find anything out there that would be useful for us. Oh well, it is what it is. Now, when we're done drilling this field up, we are going to have to get some liquid fertilizer. We don't have a fertilizer spreader right now. Maybe I should consider buying a regular fertilizer spreader. The small one. It might be useful to pick up now, because that would be cheaper than doing the liquid fertilizer on this. So potentially, we might consider doing that. I'll look into it a little bit. Once we get down here to the end, we'll flip back around. I'll pull the menu up. We'll see what we can find out there. Might be a smart approach to go with. That way we can just leave the liquid fertilizing, you know, for the greenhouses for the most part. We still need the sprayer, though, for herbicide, right? We're still going to need it for that. Especially if you want to do any contracts or anything like that. So, let's see. Where are we at here? Where are we at here? Here we go. So, $2,000, it probably is worth it. Or maybe the 3,500 is probably a little bit better, because that one allows us to do lime as well. That might be the way to go, honestly. Probably is. Because I believe... Oh, something's wrong there. I don't know. Sometimes it gets stuck on there and it won't go down for whatever reason. Because we do have lime on, and we really haven't been doing the lime at all yet. And not even a little bit. And it clearly needs lime, as you can see. So that might be the approach to go with. I just hope that they didn't change anything and we're allowed to still do lime on top of a drilled field. I would assume we are. I would assume they didn't change anything with that, but to be honest with you, I haven't really paid attention close enough to know. We've done lime very little so far. Mostly we've only done lime in the Triple Threat Challenge. And I'm pretty positive you're still going to be able to do it that way, but you never know. Some more mods came out recently on Mod Hub. A lot of good stuff. Not really a whole lot that we're going to be utilizing in this series yet, because, you know, we're pretty heavy right now on greenhouses, so it's going to be very little that we probably will utilize here. One thing we probably could do, though, is potentially sell our tractor and get a smaller tractor. A few smaller tractors came out, and since we have this drill, and we're probably not going to really be upgrading this drill at all on this farm, because, again, this farm is really going to be a limited amount of time that we're going to even have a field, right? Eventually it's going to be all greenhouses and productions and things like that. So there's that potential right there, right? Where we could maybe sell this tractor and make a little money off of it. But if we're going to do that, we've got to make sure that the tractor we get can still do everything that we need it to do. And what I mean by that is it can be pulled, it can pull and do the drilling, right? It can do the rolling, it can do the spraying, all that stuff, right? There's a lot of factors that come into play here if we decide to go that path. What I can show you is, what I'm talking about is there's some small tractors that just recently came out. They're right here. These Landinis. They only have 80 horsepower at max. It's not a lot of horsepower. We have these as well, which 90 horsepower, but I mean, it's 10 horsepower difference, so why wouldn't you go with one of these? But anyway, we have to make sure that what we have, let me get turned around here. We have to make sure that what we have can still do that. I don't think I'd be the most concerned with, I think more than anything, it's not even this drill. I think I'd be more concerned with the sprayer, and it being too back heavy, I guess, right? Where you would have to put a weight on the front of the tractor, if we could even put a weight there. I don't even know if it has a 3-point hitch on it or not. I'd have to basically do some more research, is what we're getting at right now. But that's a potential option for us, is to, you know, go that path and sell this tractor. You need 100 horsepower for that, so that it wouldn't even be able to do the rolling. Well, it probably could, but it would be pretty weak. Doesn't say anything about the sprayer, but I'm still concerned. 110 for the cultivator. So the more I talk about this, the more it's coming to fruition that that's not possible. 150 for the drill. It's not possible. So we can just scrap that all together. I probably should just uninstall those because I think this is the cheapest, the lowest drill that we have, I think. I don't think there's anyone lower as far as horsepower goes. I think all the other ones are much higher. 110 for that guy. Okay. So maybe I'm mistaken. I'm sorry, 110. But still, even 110, we still can't do it. That they only have a max horsepower of 80. So, never mind. Never mind. On paper, it was a good idea, but once you get down to the nitty-gritty and figure out how much actual horsepower things are requiring, it's just not going to unfortunately work for us. So, we're going to carry on. Let's get the field done. And then we'll look at maybe that on that solid fertilizer. Alright, just these last few passes here, gang, and we are done with drilling the field. I think I've made my decision. We are going to buy that that fertilizer spreader, that solid fertilizer spreader that will allow us to do lime. The small one for 3,500, whatever it was. I think it'll be useful. It will, you know, definitely increase the yield here, and that's something that we definitely want for the field here. And it's not too expensive, right? It's not going too overboard. Realistically, right now, we could put down another small greenhouse, but that would be the extent of it. I think at this point, I would prefer just to save the money to get a bigger greenhouse if we're going to put one down. I think we have enough small ones. I mean, we probably could fit maybe one more, but again, I think I'd just prefer right now to save the money on that and try to get a bigger one. So let's put this away. We'll go pick up that solid fertilizer and lime spreader that we're going to purchase. Actually, might as well just go ahead and purchase it now. I'm going to the wrong things. I don't even know where I'm going here. 3,500 bucks. It's not too expensive at all, and it holds a lot more than the $2,000 one, the standard one, not the mod. It only holds 300. This holds 650 liters, so that's significantly more. It should be sufficient for us for the field we have. We might have to fill it up twice during the process, but we've got the bind silo now, so it's really not that big of a deal anymore. Alright, we're back here with it. Go ahead and turn the beacons off. I don't need those on anymore. We do have a little bit of fertilizer here from remaining from before, but there's not hardly anything in there, so we're definitely going to have to buy some more. $111, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Alright, let's turn on the steering assist for this, because I definitely want to probably utilize it here more than any other place, because this is going to give me the best ability here to make sure we're not wasting any, right? Now, this shouldn't take us too long to do this. This should be a relatively quick process here. Even though it is a small fertilizer spreader, the width is still decent, and the size of our field here, it's really not that big, right? So alright. Do a little splash and dash right here, because I kind of screwed up there. I went off the the lock on there for the steering assist, but that's alright. Once we're done here, we're going to unload this, and then we are going to put the lime in there, and we're going to go directly to doing the lime. Now, the lime, it runs out quickly. It probably is going to need a couple of purchases and fill-ups, I'm assuming, for us to be able to complete this. And that's fine. Lime's not too outrageously expensive. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's not outrageous by any means, so have to do a little bit of a touch-up there. And then obviously a little bit right over there, but that's fine. This is all pretty much done, so I will get this unloaded. I will get it filled up with some lime, and we'll continue on here. Alright, the lime is filled up. It only costs us $131. I feel like we're going to be filling this up quite a lot, but we'll get going anyway. We'll see how much we actually have to fill up. Oh, it's going to be a lot. Oh, boy, is it going to be a lot. I was way wrong with my statement about probably have to fill it up twice or 3 times. It is going to be damn near 10. We're not even making it to the end of the road here. Oh, boy. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, let's get to it. When we're done with this, then we got to start doing the rolling, right? And hopefully we get all this done before the hail gets here. We're starting to run out of time here. I think I said around 1900, right? Probably going to encounter some hail when we're rolling. All right, gang, we are making really good progress here. We've got a little bit left to roll. You know, it's my most hated job possible. I can't stand rolling, but it is what it is, right? We're rolling it up. It does look nice with the lime. I will admit that. It looks better than what the lime looks like with the drilled ground there. So I do think it looks a lot better, but still a little bit left to do here in the rolling. But otherwise, this field is all nice and done. So we're going to continue on here doing this and getting the rolling done. And I'm probably not going to put a worker on it, but you never know. You know how much I hate it. So, but I will carry on getting the rest of this field done, gang. We're going to get there. Hopefully by the next episode, we'll be good to go putting in a whole lot more liquid fertilizer in the greenhouses. So we're going to leave the episode here at this point. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would appreciate it if you smashed the like button for me. Absolutely free to do, and it helps me out more than you could possibly imagine. If you're new here, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, man. We do all kinds of fun stuff. Check the Discord out. Links down below in the description if you want to be a part of the Discord. You'll get access to all kinds of stuff in there, and I also post whenever I release a new video on there, along with my other channel also gets posts on there about whenever I release a new video there. So if you're interested in any of that, check out the Discord. Links in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.